All right, what's going on, guys? Hope everybody's doing well. I'm a little bit late on this one. Katal, which is a derivatives, a DeFi platform created for mainly derivatives, according to their article that they came out with in January. Uh, it has kind of shifted, I believe, since then, but this does look like an interesting DeFi network that they are trying to build. I should say DeFi blockchain. In addition to being a competitor to the other DeFi platforms like Ethereum, there does seem to be an aim for interoperability. So it would actually bridge together other chains as well for DeFi. The reason for this is that the speed of the more popular smart contract blockchains right now is not fast enough. Even some of the more centralized ones like EOS and Tron, they are not quite fast enough as even some of these other DeFi platforms would like it to be for running things like decentralized exchanges and high-speed derivative trading. So the Katal chain team has come up with a DeFi framework. As you can see, standard framework for finance, experience seamless finance for currencies of Web3. So they're aiming to create basically the DeFi blockchain of all DeFi blockchains in order to bring together all the other cryptos in order to um, basically all the currencies that are going to be used in the future Web 3.0 applications and on the internet. Um, and I'm just going to go ahead and jump into this announcement that they came out with on January 10th of this year. So, what is Katal? Katal is a new standard framework for originating and issuing financial instruments and financial services with a focus on decentralized derivatives. The Katal project builds on top of the Actus standard to create a standardized financial framework for building financial products and services for established blockchain initiatives, new projects, and traditional financial institutions. Um, I'm sure you guys know what derivatives are. I'll have a link to this article if you want to check it out. Why do we need decentralized derivative products and financial services? Currently, in the centralized banking world, derivative financial products are handled by custodians and executed in a centralized setting, requiring inherent trust of the party or institution facilitating the contract. The option of decentralized and non custodial execution of derivatives within the context of a standard within the context of a standard on a blockchain network has a clear and concise advantages for all parties involved in the transaction, including access to any financial service from a single account, significantly less waiting time for bank transfers between accounts and brokerage exchanges, the automated execution of financial contracts, the continuous real-time synchronized single golden source of truth for all secondary market analytics and reporting, meaning the next housing bubble could be prevented due to better macroeconomic oversight. So just to kind of go over this point here, it's basically saying, or what they're basically saying is that cryptos and smart contract blockchains are kind of perfect for derivatives because when you actually have a futures contract, something you have a person on the left or a person over here that's basically saying, I want to go short on this asset. Another one on the other side saying, I want to go long on this. Well, they're basically entering into a contract saying that they on opposite sides. And if one loses, one pays. If the other one loses, the other one pays. And it's kind of like betting, which a lot of people say about derivatives. So this is kind of perfect for smart contracts because a smart contract is basically like a custodian in the middle that really can't be swayed one way or the other. It can just execute the contract, and whoever wins the contract, whatever data that comes in, which was another point which was made, is that a continuous real-time synchronized single golden source of truth for all secondary market analytics and reporting. So that source of truth comes in, the price is at a certain point, which makes the shorter win the contract, and then boom, they get paid. So this is really, derivatives can really be done safely using a blockchain crypto platform with smart contracts. And one of the reasons they're creating this, like I said before, is that this will provide that. They're putting a lot of frameworks behind it. I believe they have a lot of catching up to do with all the developments that have been happening on ETH, on Ethereum. But I'm all for competition. So what is the Actus standard? The Qatal project builds on top of the Actus standard, a modeling paradigm in which standardized contract types are the granular building blocks of the financial world. Qatal aims to follow the implementation standard of the Actus Financial Protocol, AFP. So what functions will Qatal have? The Qatal project will be a community-based initiative that will integrate with many existing blockchain applications and the projects as well as traditional banking infrastructure to truly leverage the perfect functionality of blockchain for derivatives. At its heart, Qatal is composed of the following functions: fiat tokens issued on-chain by reputable third parties. So this would be like stablecoins pegged to a fiat currency. Access to crypto tokens of other blockchains. So like I said, interoperability is a big part of this. Decentralized oracles for any external data feeds. I did read, I think I have it right here, that they are using, Qatal is using Chainlink for their oracle data. And Chainlink, as you know, of late has been blowing up. And financial contract templates based on Actus. These are the basic building blocks necessary for a derivatives platform. Fiat and crypto tokens give users a diverse range of assets to choose from. Oracles are indispensable to create derivatives that depend on external information, and a consistent set of contract templates lower integration barriers between all the different services running atop the platform. Now, this is kind of similar to, let's take a look at, this is kind of similar to Synthetics. As you can see, Synthetics is a derivatives platform that is on Ethereum. And most of these platforms are actually being built on Ethereum, as I've said before, because Ethereum is basically the granddaddy of DeFi. But you can see that they actually, and Synthetics has all these fiat stablecoins built on it, actually has these tokens. Bitcoin even has BNB. It even has commodities like gold, silver, and they're working on getting stocks actually tokenized on here. So this is, this is Synthetics has become very popular very fast. I have a video about it popping up right now if you want to check it out. So to me, Synthetics is like the direct competition for Qatal, which looks like it's okay, but Synthetics being built on Ethereum makes it a little bit easier for developers to join in the development community around it. What's the goal of Qatal? The CEO and founder, Trinkler Software, AG Reto Trinkler, states of Qatal's goal. Our goal with Qatal is to create a cutting-edge blockchain for finance. So just to let you know, Reto Trinkler is the founder also, or co-founder of Melon, which is a video that's popping up right now. They are another platform in DeFi. It's a different platform, kind of, I think I showed right here. It's built, it's an asset platform. And so in addition to Melon, he's also doing Qatal. I think it's a he. So I did a whole video on Melon as well, which kind of goes over what Melon's about. It's more of like a digital asset fund creation tool, all using Ethereum smart contracts. Very cool. I recommend you check out the video. But the fact that that this guy created both Melon and also was working on Qatal, the guy knows what he's doing. So I don't think that there's anything wrong with Qatal. I just think that they're up against a lot of competition. Kind of looking at the Qatal chain website here, so you can see Qatal chain. Qatal aims to become the primary blockchain for creating, combining, and settling financial agreements in the Web3 ecosystem. Financial agreements are any form of computer code that enforces and executes different types of financial transactions. So this is, reading this statement here makes me believe that it's not just about derivatives. I mean, derivatives are probably one of the more popular and one of the more popular forms of financial agreements. But financial agreement can be any smart contract, really. So I believe that they're trying to go bigger than just derivatives, and that's really what DeFi is about. Interoperable. Qatal connects to multi-chain framework Polkadot to interact with assets of other blockchains. By connecting to Polkadot, we allow other chains to have access to financial agreements built using our framework. Financial agreements. Financial agreements on Qatal are codified using the Actus standard. After users deploy their financial agreements on Qatal, it takes care of the unambiguous execution of underlying cash flows of the financial agreements. And sure, that sounds great, but most of the DeFi platforms do that as well. So there isn't really much else on the site. It is early. I mean, they just kind of launched this earlier in the year. A site like Synthetics has been around for quite some time. At least they've been building it for quite some time, though I think it's only been live since the beginning of the year. But they do have a head start. To me, Synthetics seems like a direct competitor to Katal. But it's always good to have more entrants in the DeFi space. I like seeing this stuff. It really just shows that DeFi is really becoming the most popular area of crypto for a reason. Because if we can build everything that we want to build, or say everything that we already have built in the financial world that's on centralized systems, if we can build those and replicate it and get it running on decentralized systems, then why don't we move there? It just seems like a no-brainer to me. Also, I do believe that once Ethereum is scaled and is running at a much faster pace, they are planning on moving to implementing sharding, proof of work. Proof of stake, not proof of work. It'll be a hybrid proof of work, proof of stake, sharding. Plus, they'll have layer 2 solutions to offload some of the transactions from the main chain onto a second layer. And sharding will obviously bring in parallel processing and parallel data storage, so that so it will be able to transact much faster, which will really speed up the current DeFi platforms. A lot of the reasons that a lot of these, DeFi-focused blockchains are being built is that they complain that Ethereum is too slow. Well, once Ethereum is scaled, and I do believe it will be scaled, all of the development that's been going on Ethereum is basically going to get a giant speed boost. Plus, all the developers that are currently working on Ethereum will, reap the rewards of putting all their time and effort into that platform. As it gets that giant speed boost when they move up to the new version of Ethereum. So, and sorry for rambling, but I also, just because a blockchain is faster, can do more transactions per second, doesn't mean it's going to be more popular. We've already seen that happen with other smart contract platforms like EOS. Even it's much faster than a lot of other ones, but that a lot of developers have not. There have been some, but a lot of them have stayed with Ethereum because it is the de facto standard for smart contracts in crypto. So I'll have the links to this site here, to Katal, to the 2 articles that I brought up about Katal, and I'll even put the link to Synthetics on there as well. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and share the video. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. I'd love to have you as a subscriber. That's all I got. Thanks.